Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple of fairy islands that I made. I made these for my mom because she has a lot of fairies around her room. She's a little bit obsessed with them. And she had a couple of drawers laying on the floor, and I decided to use them to make two fairy islands. So I am screen recording on my phone, and it also records my voice. And these are pictures that I took. We went to Hobby Lobby, and this was like all they had. They didn't have the miniature trees or anything like that. So it was kind of terrible. And I got some moss here. And then we got all these little trees. And she wanted water. So I got these, and then some of the little wood chips. And I wanted a fence. I don't know, just for some reason I saw it and I thought I could really use that. And here, these dry foam blocks are really expensive, and the drawers are pretty deep. So I had to improvise a little bit. The foam block was also not long or wide enough. So I added some cardboard here, and then some cardboard for the feet on the bottom. And I should have put some more on the sides, but I didn't. And also I did put like a shoe box at the bottom of the drawer, because if I didn't, then the foam would give away, which I didn't think about. I don't know why, but I actually started to put things onto the foam, and it got heavy, and it started to buckle, and I had to like pick up the foam block and everything with the stuff I had to put on it already, because I didn't want to take it off. And this is what I started putting on it, was this little house and these beads. And I actually pushed the foam in a little bit to kind of make it look like the beads or the water was more down into the ground. And this is just something she got for Christmas, and she was so happy about it, and that was also one of the reasons why I really just wanted to do something with these. And then I started putting moss on some tape here. I didn't have any hot glue or anything like that, because I didn't want to spend any more money on a hot glue gun and then hot glue. But I definitely would if I was going to do more of these things. So I just used tape, and I rolled them up and stuck them to the board and the foam, and just started placing the moss on there. And I also put the fence around there, and I stuck the fence into the board, or into the foam. Like I just like shoved it in there as hard as I could. So actually, like, some pieces over here are further down than they should be. But I just make it, I left it like that, and it's not even like a perfect circle. But I liked it like that anyways. And then I added the wood chips. And then here's with, sorry about that mask over there in the corner. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyways, I put these wood chips over here, and it looks really nice coming out of the gate. And then the moss looks really nice. And I definitely wanted the moss to rise up more above the drawer. And then I added some of the things that we had bought. So the mushrooms, the two little fairy girls on the seesaw, she already had, and I put that there. And I don't know if you can tell, but from here all the way around here, stupid phone, it's like I pushed down with my fingers like I was walking to try to make it look like there's been a path walked on, and every now and then I'll go over and I'll do it some more, and it starts to make it look like it's really been walked on, and it's pretty cool. And then I put some of these butterflies around, and I put one up here, and then we put this little lantern thing here. I didn't like do anything inside the house. Well, I did put a mushroom in there, but I didn't do anything like onto the ground or anything. And then she had the little lights. We put some lights around here. I did put some little lights around the edges here. And I definitely wanted the moss to kind of hang over a little bit. So here you can definitely see the moss is hanging over. I actually don't like the frog here at all. I don't remember the... Yeah, actually I didn't move it. I moved this frog to over here, beside this tree over here. But, and then I put a mushroom in here. And then sometimes I'll put like a little tea light, battery tea light candle inside there. And then, I think, when was this? On the 8th of January. This is when I was really redecorating my mom's room. I was moving everything around. I really did that to the whole house because I was bored. But we have an old clock that my grandfather gave her, and it's been broken for a while. And I decided, instead of just hiding it away in a closet or something, why not just use it? And this was the second drawer that we had, and I didn't have any more foam, and we didn't go buy anything. I just did this, just like out of the moment. I wasn't even planning on doing this. So what I did is I took tape, and I taped it to the top of the drawer, and I overhanged on all edges. And then I have a box, and then I put the box on top of the tape and outlined it, and I even outlined like the edges of the box as well, a little bit, like more on the inside here and here. And my idea is I'm going to peel the tape off, and it's going to be one huge piece, and I'm going to flip it over, and where I drew the lines, attach the tape to the sides of the box, and it's going to be like a bubble inside the box, like a tape bubble. It's actually really cool, but it was difficult because the tape would stick to itself, and it's clear, and I was like, is this a corner taped or is it a side part taped? itself. It was really confusing. So you just have to pull really hard and then it'll come apart. But I had to stick my hand in there and push against the sides. Then I carefully cut the box out. And actually over here you can see I cut way too much. But it's okay because I can just tape it back together. And then I put the box in and I push the tape against the box here to make sure that it is secure. So it's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't mind just leaving it like this and someone would come over and say, "What is that?" And it just looks pleasing to my eye. I don't know why. Like a bubble tape. Like not with the box in it, maybe just, oh, I guess I didn't have a picture of it, but yeah. Just a big thing of bubble tape. So yeah. Just making sure everything is attached to the sides. And then you just start adding the moss. And this is just moss that I had left, which wasn't, it was like half a bag, but it wasn't very good clumps. This was one good clump, and I wanted to start by the box first because it's the highest part. And then I filled the whole thing up, and it looks pretty cool. So I don't think I took a picture of it, but I added tape to the side of the box. That way the moss would stay. And then here's the clock is now on top of the box. And I just put it on there, didn't tape it on there or anything. But I rolled up pieces of tape and put onto the sides of the box. And on top of the box, I wanted to make the clock look old and overgrown. I really, really like those kinds of scenery. Like, it's like signs of life, but now gone and overgrown. It's like a sad thought. So yeah, I put moss, not all over the place on it, but just a little bit. And I don't know if you, over here in the corner, I put like, okay, I put a little tree over there in the corner of the box to keep the lid open. Because I don't want to damage this at all. So I tried my best to make sure that no moss got inside the box of the clock, and the tape isn't a strong adhesive, so it's not going to tear away at it. Actually, I've had to go back and kind of push down on it because the tape is starting to let go. So the clock is safe, but it just looks better now. And I decided to use this wall sheet thing she had, and reuse it for like to make it feel like a scene. It's pretty cool. We have these little tea lights. Oh, and here's there's this with the lights on. Every now and then I'll walk by it and just want to change something, so I will. And the way I have these boxes cornered is because actually over here on this side on the left is the door. So when you open it, the door opens inwards into the room. And the way I decorated her room to have the most like space possible, this was the only good place to put these. And it was really hard to make them look good in the corner. This is the best I could do. But I really love this wall sheet thingy. Like, it really makes you feel like you can walk into there. Like, really, come on. Except for those tea lights. But I did both of these in under like 3 hours. Like separate, like each one was about 3 hours. But I really enjoyed doing this. It was really fun. And I really like how it turned out. And we put a really big fairy up here on this big mushroom on the right. I just stuck a piece of tape on her. The only thing about these is that you can move them around. The clock would be easier to move around, but the ones with the fairies would be a little bit harder. But yeah, if you needed to move and like put them in your car, I guess you could do it, but I would be really nervous the whole time because it's just gonna wobble back and forth until some of the tape lets go, and then the moss is just taped on there, so it's I would say like maybe 50% of it is loose moss, which I kind of like because then it doesn't feel so forced if you just throw some loose moss on top. But yeah, I don't know how many more pictures I've got left. And I put a little mushroom in there, and here's the little, I forget what that's called, the pendulum, but I don't know, that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? 4 o'clock. But I just put it there, it's kind of hidden, and like, I don't even think my mom's noticed that it's there, but it's one of the pieces that was broke. And then 2 gourds that she had in the corner there. I don't know if I want to add more stuff to this, but I definitely want to add more moss. Maybe even different colored moss, like a purple moss. But I would like to do more of this kind of thing. Also, there's no glass on that door. The clock, it got broke while they were moving. And then here I only have 1 tea light at the top, and then a tea light inside the house, and then 1 in the clock. And that's it.